They know what you like. They even know where you aspire to be, these brands. They know where you go. They know how you get there. And they even know what you eat. They know what you look at. They know what you buy. And they even know what you want before you do. It's very scary, but it's great to create an awesome customer experience. And you know all this about you, your friends, your family, your network. So now look at how insurance companies know their clients are present, a bunch of paper. Imagine the products they could create by knowing their customers at such a personal level. That's the question we asked. Companies like United Healthcare and John Hancock already began implementing these strategies. But we believe that we have an opportunity to create something greater, really, an awesome customer experience, really for the customer, not for the insurance company. So what we built is an awesome app. And you can see we're very focused on user experience and actually automation of digitalization of insurance as a whole. So you can connect with your Facebook profile, your Google, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and capture data from your social network. Here, the consumer for the first time will be able to get an overall view of their insurance policies. They can log all the policies they have present, and they can see the overall view of the costs of the insurance policies. If they have any gaps, we'll be able to do through robot advice them any gaps they could have according to their age, their demographics. Here, we capture data from wearables, mobile phones, and every time you walk, run, or cycle, we'll be able to give you points on your insurance policies. Now we'll be able to actually get paid to exercise, which is an interesting concept. We know that the new generation of customers we're targeting is all about social experiences that they want to share with their friends. So now in-app, they can invite up to 5 friends, and they can take challenges in-app also. We're all about automation, so why do you have to rekey your data every single time you want to carry out a task with an insurance company? Now you can have your data in one single place and reuse it every single time when you actually interact with the insurance company. We talked about the points. Now you can actually use the exercise and get some goodies, and depending on what you like, we'll be able to create these experiences. We have connected these devices to date, but we envision really connecting much more. This is a lifestyle place, so we want to be embedded in the customer's lifestyle and deliver them an awesome customer experience. The beauty of all this, we are actually a white label solution, so any insurance company can take our technology and white label and make it their own, and we're going to work with the future devices also. So we are device agnostic, so if a wearable comes to market, like let's say a patch, we'll be able to integrate all that in. We live with the customer. Okay. So the video is not working, but we'll live with the customer. For the time they wake up, we'll be able to capture the sleeping patterns and give you insights into their sleeping patterns, the quality and quantity of their sleep. With devices such as Nest and Witness, we'll be able to measure the security around the house. Lifestyle is important, so we capture the launch, walks, and cycles, and restful heart rate is our really measure for it. So be able to give them insights on the restful heart rate and how the condition of their health is actually moving according to their network. Food is very important when you're talking about lifestyle, so we capture data from tracking devices like MyFitnessPal. Food that gets logged, get benchmarked, you can simulate individuals. Now we not only get insights on what you're eating, but what you're eating according to your network, which is more and more impactful. We believe in social media and knowing the interests, the trends, and then where the market is moving. So now we'll be able to gather the interests and the trends of the individual, and for the first time, the insurance company will be able to understand the individual on a more personal level. A lot of people laugh about the next devices. We have this clip, the video we cannot show, it's not working today. We talk about the connected scale, but also the connected toothbrush. Everything is going to become connected in the next years. So aggregating all this data and using it to actually give great insights to insurance companies. Let's say with your toothbrush, they'll be able to measure how long you brush, how many times you brush, and now you'll be able to get discounts also on your dental policies. All this data is here to stay. So now we have to be able to use it, empower the customer mainly, and not put them on the driving seat. Because what happened with the insurance environment as a whole, that they have been taken as hostage in a sense, the customers. Now with the information we're giving them, they can actually fight back. What we actually want to drive within the insurance marketplace is actually creating the next generation of products, which we call smart policies. This next generation of products will be more appealing to the next generation of consumers because they can truly identify with who they are. We have a profit share mechanism for products co-created with WeSavvy that I just talked about. We also run a fee model, which is a per policy per month on a rolling basis, which any policy that's onboarded by the insurer. This is the team. Myself, I have nearly a decade in the insurance industry, working in life and non-life business across different European countries. Kira is a lawyer. She has 8 years advising insurance companies. She worked for the big firms like PwC, Deloitte, Ernst & Young. Ricardo has 15 years developing enterprise solutions. He's a master in APIs. He's a crazy guy. Everything with APIs, he knows about it. Celeste is a Scrum Master. Bless her, like she has a great patience, and we work with all sorts team of 3 other developers, which they all fit in the picture. I don't want to give you guys bore you guys with the whole team. We're talking with the reinsurers and insurers in America at present. We've been here since February, and it has been a great experience. We plan to come back and stay and base ourselves off here. This is the future, and today I'm showcasing where we actually can go with this technology. We're building a platform which is agnostic, so this is going to be the next operating system for the insurance industry. So all these apps you see here, we'll be able to aggregate them on our platform, get insight to the data, and actually tie it to any insurance policy within the market. So this is where the market is going. You can even see with health, you can actually put your doctor, depending on the doctor API that they want to use. We talked about dental with oral. Also with devices like automatic and telematic, which Mark is developing, we'll be able to plug everything in with our portal itself. We'll be able to showcase this to the insurance company and deliver real value for the consumer. And for the first time, give the power back to the consumer. That's our mission, that's why we're here. And feel free to ask questions. I'll be happy to answer and hear what you guys think about it also.
Thank you.
Super. There's one, right?
I'll jump in. So this sounds awesome, and I think it's great to incentivize and also help support people that are trying to be active in those kinds of things. So what do what's the end if I'm an interested consumer and let's say my carrier doesn't partner with you guys yet, or how does that look if I'm I'm on board? How would I get kind of connected with you guys?
We're going through insurance carriers initially, and you're right, the insurance carrier will have to have WeSavvy, and we have to actually establish partnerships here. We have partnerships in Europe already, but we want to really push this through your employer also. Okay. So there's a model for the insurer on a fee per basis, per employee, so your employer can actually have the solution in-house for the employees.
Okay. So people can get points that translate into dollars for merchandise. Is there a way that they can use those dollars to reduce their insurance premium?
Yeah, that's a good question. We wanted initially to keep this option, the experience itself, open to the carrier or to the employer. So we have great ideas behind it. For example, they can use the points for charity. They could use the points to actually insure someone in the developing world. We have mechanisms to really create social empowerment. We're all about social and personal empowerment. So we have models whereby the platform where the card you saw there can be customized to tailor for different appetites. We're not focused only on intrinsic, which is the monetary, we'll focus also on extrinsic.
Okay.
So I also think this is a great idea. My question is, with so many different types of stakeholders, where is the payout coming from when the actual individual gets their cashback rewards or whatever their rewards are?
The payout is coming straight from the insurer or from your employer. It's
from the insurer or the what?
From the insurer or your employer.
So what would the incentive be from an insurer standpoint in the sense that I think this is great for population health over the long term, but I don't know if it is being rolled out that way to your insurance companies that you're meeting with?
The way when we speak to them, we have to tell them, we focus on Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. It's all about the experience that they can be delivered by the platform. So initially, it's actually about creating a great experience for the user, whereby now you feel that your insurer really cares about you and wants you to become healthier. This is a win-win situation. So we focus initially on the life insurance space.
Mm-hmm.
When we say life, includes products like serious illness, include protection, long-term disability, short-term disability, whereby it's a long-term play. So you want your population to, if not healthy now, incentivize them to become healthy as they go, because they will claim less. So the ROI is really evident for the insurer itself on our model, return on investment.
So for retention though, I mean, as things change, I think retention is going to be somewhat driven by the employer, because the employers are now looking for insurance companies that are going to give them the better deal.
Mm-hmm.
And some are reducing the choices and options to different employees.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have a way to link those to make it more attractive to the insurance companies.
We started here, we found a space we call self-funded health plans, which is, I think, is the one you're speaking about.
What is it called?
Self-funded health plans.
Oh,
Whereby the employer actually manages their health insurance
okay.
in-house. So it's it's a great space for us, because we're able to
Right.
showcase that, okay, if you incentivize your employees to walk on a cycle, they'll tend to go less to the doctor.
Mhm.
So we're not really a wellness play. We're really directly tied into, our ROI is very clear. So if you say implement our product, within a year you'll be able to see, did your employees claim less on your insurance costs or not? But in the long run, yes, they might become healthier.
So, and then have you approached national insurance companies or local insurance companies or both?
We had our hands busy in Des Moines.
What did you say?
We had our hands busy in Des Moines because we came from Dublin here. We were, this technology was developed in Dublin, and then they heard about what we're doing, and they invited us through the Global Insurance Accelerator to apply, and then we applied, we were accepted here, and the last 3 months since February up to the last week, Wednesday, we were just working with all the insurance companies in Des Moines. So we're really busy because there are a lot of insurance companies in Des Moines. So we didn't get a chance to really get out of Des Moines. I was at a couple of conferences in San Francisco and Chicago, and insurance companies are also appetite there,
Mhm.
insurers. Yeah, it was only 3 months, so we didn't get around
No, that's great.
that much.
You live in Ireland.
Yes, I live in Ireland. I live in Dublin. But through the appetite that we had here, we're actually going to be moving down here very soon, in the next
To
year.
Madison.
Yeah, it's good. 4.5 million and over 300 million, so it makes sense, right?
That's great.
Question and a comment. One is that there's a very large, well-known insurance company here in Madison by the name of American Family Insurance that if you haven't talked to while you're here, I'm sure someone in this room can get you a connection in there. And two, I was bugging you guys on Twitter about this, but I don't have a wearable. I don't use any fitness tracker apps.
Yeah? All right,
Yeah.
all right.
So it's and like I play ultimate
Okay, I'm
frisbee
going now,
competitively, and you know, I am a professional dancer. So how does something like this for someone like me that doesn't use those technologies, like how does WeSavvy work for me?
Yeah, I was trying to, because I didn't want to just be going back and forth with
Yeah,
you,
right.
with your. Firstly, we want to make it very, very seamless for the user to capture the data. So that's why we focus mainly on wearables. We can actually capture the data also with mobile apps. So if you have like a Fitbit or Health Kit, you'll be able to pull it from your app. Then our next model is to partner with gyms, whereby with beacon technology, we'll be able to detect when you go in and out of the gym. But it has to be gyms with large population members in different states. So for specific groups like you, what we do is we'll be able to, when you walk on a cycle, you'll be able to gain the wearable. So let's say if you reach a certain amount of points, you'll be able to get the wearable, and then you'll be able to use it. Because we don't want to force you to buy the wearable. But we can say start with an app, even though you don't get your dancing in initially, if you start walking and then you get your wearable, then you might start using it, right?
Right.
And for you, that actually be high benefit of getting the wearable, because your dancing has high intensity. So we'll be able to actually showcase that, let's say 30 minutes of exercise that you do while you're dancing has higher impact than someone that is walking. So I highly advise you to get a wearable. Well, that's the only thing we're going to do, right?
Yeah.
We're going to put it in your house yet, right?
So would this require then, like for someone in the insurance company to be kind of in charge, or like a small department of people that are kind of like tracking and managing, this? Like, is there, it seems like there's then investment on the part of the insurance company to have someone that manages it there, or is something that's all managed by you?
No, it's funny you ask that, because we built initially an API, but we quickly found out that insurance companies want an API. So what we built was a portal on top. So there will be a user, which there will be a super admin and an admin.
Okay.
So what the super admin will see of the insurance company or the employer is the activity. So this is all the activities that's happening on a daily basis. They see the amount of steps the group actually is doing, break down by activity and by points. So that's what they will see on a daily basis. They can incentivize by the chat. We have chat functionality also embedded in the portal, where they can publicize, okay, there's a 5K happening, or they can publicize things to the group. So the very, very cool thing we did is that we built it like Slack. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Slack. We built it like Slack, whereby you create channels. For this one actually is for the employee group. So okay, human resources, marketing, this is the marketing channel you can see here. And the marketing has 72 users within marketing, right? But on the general, you'll be able to see the total population of the actual employer.
Okay.
So for the initial settings of the actual company, what we have to do is like, well, I want to break it down by channels. Let's say my HR department, my finance department, or I just want to put everyone in one place. So that's how the small little things they have to do is like create the breakdown per channel if they want, or if they don't want, they can just put everyone in one place and get the data all in one place.
So do you imagine that this is then somebody like within HR at a particular company that's kind of managing wellness and like that kind of stuff?
Exactly. I think the HR department will be the ones really to drive this, because they will be the ones that want to, get the employees involved. And I think what it creates is really that sense of community within the company itself, because apart from the app where you can actually, integrate 5 users to create that in challenges, everyone can see who ranks or where they rank, right? They can say, okay, let's go for a jog as a group and try and build up our points. And let's say if they want to donate to a charity of choice, they can actually create a push that particular month to create more points to donate to that charity. So,
What's your pricing model?
pricing model at the moment, we charge $1 per user per month, and then $5 is what the insurer pays to cater for the experience of the card. So the employer as a whole, if they wanted the card functionality, they will pay $6 per month per user, and the insurer also. But our fee as WeSavvy is only $1 per month. The $5 goes to the actual for the experience, to give back to the user.
So you think $5 is what it goes for the wins or the points or whatever they're going to get.
Exactly. Because we want to make it really affordable and really scalable for everyone to participate. So we really kept our costs really down in terms of what we have to pay for the analysis of the data, the integration, and also, of course, the storage, etc. But we feel that the next modules we build on top, then we'll be able to add more value and charge on top of that. So we SaaS model whereby for initial activity, you pay for the runs of walk and cycles, but then you can build on top with sleeping patterns. You can put it in there, and depending on the modules that they actually play, once they might actually pay slightly more.
Do you have users yet, or even in testing?
Yes, we're testing at present. I'm wearing 2. Wearing a Misfit and a Jawbone. I was wearing the Move last month. So yeah, we're testing.
2 users?
No. We have a full beta tested users. We're actually launching now with an insurer in the next month in Ireland. And we plan to as well finish the pilot, as in like sign the pilot before we leave the 6th of June.
Okay.
So yeah, it's in the market. We limited the functionality initially to walks, runs, and cycles. We started already calibrating the other modules like restful heart rate, and
Okay.
that we can capture to the wearables also.
And the initial feedback, are you guys finding that you're having to make many changes, or is it validating what your theories were?
It's probably now too, because this body of work we're doing is based on the World Health Organization, which says that 30 minutes of moderate exercise can improve the risk or reduce the risk in the sense of serious illnesses. So we build on top of that, and not only that, that we know that when users start using an activity app, they increase their activity by 22%. So we see those actual rates happen. And through our gamification, where you actually challenge your friend, our actual benchmarks are actually higher than the 22%. So we're very happy with the results.
Okay, good.
So as like the insurance marketplace is evolving, do you see a market for people who are self-insured or like, small businesses with less than 50 employees for this service?
Yeah, we see that because what we do is actually mass segregation and granular of a pool. So we'll be able to take different employer groups, let's say once we finish the first stage, different employer groups, let's say of 50 employees, and then we'll be able to aggregate them better than anyone else, because now we actually can aggregate them based on the activity. So this company might have, like let's say, our users start from newbie all the way to champ, but this company might have 20 champs, this company has 20 champs, the other company has 20 champs. So we can aggregate these 60 champs across these 3 different companies again at a better rate. So yeah, it will be very, very interesting as we start aggregating users and cross-populating them across companies also.
Okay.
To get better rates.
Yeah.
And then what we want to ask you from 1 Million Cups is, what can we as a community do to organize?
Fantastic if you can get us linked to any insurance company or reinsurer that is looking into this kind of technology, create an awesome customer experience. That would be great. I think that would be, if you can get us 1 or 2, and we get a child in here in Madison also, would be fantastic.
And you said you'll be moving to Madison when?
I'm moving to America.
Okay.
In Q3, end of Q3, early Q4.
Okay.
So that's the plan. We finished now. We started our fundraising round, so I have to go back to Europe for the next 2 months and close off that, and then come back. Yeah, well, it's very exciting, very exciting. Because we started technology there, and it was well received during the 3 months we were here. So we were like, okay, it's a no-brainer to move here and execute here quickly.
Fantastic.
So is your whole team moving here?
Initially myself and Kira, and ideally we're gonna get 2 salespeople also hired from here that understand the American market. But the technology team, it makes sense at the moment to stay in Dublin because of the costs. We've been surveying the market here, and the costs are very, very high. And we have a very strong team, so we don't. Initially, I think the team can drive the product to where we need it to go. And then if we need to go to like pay the crazy money in Silicon Valley, or we need things like that, I don't mind doing. But I think at the moment it makes sense to have the team in Europe, the technology team.
Well, thank you so much for presenting today, and you'll hang around for a few minutes for people to come up and ask you questions.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it. They were really great. Thanks for the questions. We always like to hear feedback and know what people are thinking, right? Feel free to get me on Twitter. Be nice.
And I'm going to do a quick plug. I'm going to put you on the spot, Jess. This is Jessica Manzik, and she came out today to 1 Million Cups. And I know that she's got a great background from UW-Madison. She's looking for a new job. So if you know anything or anybody, I would love to connect her with any of you. So thank you.